Welcome into Factfinder Investigates. I'm Dylan Domingue. It is a story that we followed from the start. In February of 2024, a Wichita police officer hit Jeffrey Moss, who was walking on MacArthur. The officer was deleting emails on the patrol car computer at that time. Late last year, no criminal charges were filed after the DA determined there was insufficient evidence to support criminal liability. Now, Sean Logging sitting down with Moss's daughter, who is still seeking for answers.
Yeah.
One of the last bits of news Jordan Moss says was shared with her dad, Jeffrey Moss, is that he would have another grandchild. His death soon after has left a chasm.
My daughter would see him every day, and they were kind of best friends. So it hit her pretty hard, and she was only 4 at the time.
What happened to her dad has left Jordan with questions.
He made an impact on a lot of people's lives. So I feel like it's only right to get justice for him. He didn't deserve what happened to him.
The KHP report says that in February 2024, Jeffrey Moss was hit while crossing MacArthur by a Wichita police officer in a patrol car.
Recently finding everything out after the settlement it's just kind of a lot.
Jordan provided 12 News with documents, photos, and videos collected by the family's attorney. These are the factors the report lists for the crash. Jeffrey Moss was wearing dark clothes, intoxicated, and walking outside of a crosswalk. The conclusions note that the officer was going above the posted speed limit, 47 in a 40, but the KHP report said that it was not excessive to the point it was abnormal. This happened while the officer was on his laptop in the patrol car going through emails. The report says using the laptop while driving further reduced the opportunity to quickly recognize the hazard Moss presented. The officer addressed this in a recorded statement.
Do you know what you were doing on the email itself?
Yeah, I deleted email. Well, like 1 or 2.
And when the officer was asked,
Do you think you would have saw him if your, let's say, head was facing straight?
I do not believe so.
the Sedgwick County District Attorney's Office not filing charges, Jordan says she's still trying to understand. In October, the DA's office said after reviewing the case, it found that the evidence to be insufficient of criminal liability on the part of the officer involved.
Consistencies, things just don't add up.
One of those things, she says, is the lower priority call the officer made to dispatch for a man down instead of injury accident.
It would have called for more ambulances, more fire trucks. Not that that would have saved my dad, but he should have known what call to make.
A spokesperson with the Wichita Police Department tells me the administrative investigation into this incident is complete, which looked at officers' actions, use of technology, and following policy. WPD says current policy is unchanged, but it is reviewing updates, looking at providing further guidance on the use of technology in patrol vehicles. The department also says it completed a comprehensive review with Sedgwick County Emergency Communications, the Sheriff's Office, and Derby Police, looking at call types and priorities.
It'd be great for there to be stricter laws with the police being able to use their laptops while driving, at least in non-emergent situations. There's no reason to be deleting emails while driving when it's legal to text and drive.
Jordan says what happened to her dad leaves her feeling there is more to learn. For Factfinder, Sean Logging, 12 News.
And the KHP report says a car in front of the officer saw and drove around Moss on the road to avoid hitting him. Earlier this year, the Wichita City Council did approve a $300,000 settlement between the city and Moss's family. Measles cases continuing to spread across the country. The latest numbers showing 37 cases of measles here in Kansas. It's why Governor Kelly this week visited the southwest part of the state, urging people to get vaccinated. The state's chief medical officer saying cases are spreading because people are unvaccinated. 8 southwest Kansas counties have confirmed cases so far. The concern is that the virus can have serious health impacts for children, and the state recommends in the 8 counties affected and those surrounding that children get an early dose of the MMR vaccine at 6 months old to provide protection.
The biggest issues with measles is a lot of folks don't know that they have measles until 2, 3, 4 days into the illness before that virus first appears. And that's one of the things that makes it very difficult to contain a measles outbreak.
Now, Factfinder also sat down with Senator Roger Marshall this week to ask about the current measles situation and how he feels about the MMR vaccine. Investigator Brock Wilson asked if he feels like the state is giving the appropriate messaging to prevent the spread of measles.
You think that we're doing enough to prevent that here?
You know, absolutely, and you just want to emphasize that both Secretary Kennedy and myself have come out encouraging parents to talk to their doctors about getting the measles vaccines, the MMR vaccine. Usually you start it at 1 year of age. I'm an obstetrician, so I have to give the caveat that pregnant women can't take this particular vaccine, but I certainly value the sanctity of the patient-physician relationship and encourage all families to talk to their doctor about this MMR vaccine. It's been around since the 1970s.
What's your understanding as far as how immunity works and how the vaccine plays into that?
So the best thing to do is to get vaccinated before you get pregnant, and it'll protect mom, but it might not necessarily protect the baby. But that's going to be a very rare instance, and I think we can make this as complicated as we want it to be, but really this is why you need to go talk to your doctor about it.
Now, Senator Marshall had a lot more to say about the measles as well as other topics going on in the country. You can watch the full 30-minute interview with Brock Wilson as the senator spoke not only about U.S. health care, but the trade war and immigration as well. That full interview is available on our website and on our 12 News app. The district attorney's office warning you of a mailer scam so you don't fall for it. Just take a look at this photo. They say a senior received this mailer supposedly from the county deed records telling them registration is required for continued protection, but the senior has no association with the county or the homeowner's deed. This is a scam. They say the mail is designed to make you act out of fear, and the DA's office says to question the legitimacy of any mailer that does not clearly identify who the sender is. And another Factfinder alert, Wichita police say scammers posing as officers during phone calls claiming to raise money for the police department. This is also a scam because police will never ask you for money, credit card numbers, or Bitcoin. If you ever wonder if a call is legitimate, you can contact police directly.
They're not using these pictures for anything good. There's no good outcome that's going to come of it.
So this woman here had her pictures stolen from social media to make it look like a Jane Doe was in need of help. Scammers have been using this tactic for years all across the country. We expose the fraud and show you how to avoid becoming a victim.